Hey everyone, hope you're having an amazing day. It's Mark Wiens. I'm in Chicago, home to some gigantic sandwiches. Today, I'm gonna take you on a huge sandwich tour of Chicago, and we are going to eat a sandwich that was rated as one of the best sandwiches in all of America. Oh, it smells so good. These are monstrous. It is gigantic. We have made it to the first location. It's so iconic, dating back to 1946. Welcome to Ricco Benni's. And among many things, I mean, it's a full Italian-American restaurant, but they are most well known for pizzas, but also the king-sized breaded steak sandwich. And if you look over here on the window, by USA Today, Ted Berg, 2015, he named it the best sandwich in the world. Many of the Windy City's sandwich offerings are undoubtedly delicious. None of several I have sampled comes anywhere close to Ricco Benni's breaded steak. This place has so much history. It dates back to 1946. It's under the highway, and you walk inside and you can just feel the history, the heritage. You can smell the delicious food. So very nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you, Mark. So we've been here since 1946.
Okay.
We sell Italian-American food, fast casual. We do deep fried breaded steak that was known as the best sandwich in the world by USA Today.
Awesome.
And yeah, we've for over 75 years now we've been doing this. So
Awesome.
in the city of
and
Chicago.
are a lot of the recipes and dishes your family recipes?
Yeah, they all
Okay.
the restaurant was started by my grandfather in
Okay.
1946, and it was recipes he took over from Italy. From his own family. So yeah, we're doing a lot of those still, the same recipes.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. So it's so cool to be here. And again, this is such an iconic place in Chicago. And we're gonna head back to the kitchen right now to see some of their specialties being made. Okay, oh man.
Going in.
What
King-size
exactly
steak.
is that? That's a
It's
piece of steak?
Yeah, skirt steak.
Skirt steak,
we
okay.
trim it, flatten it out, bread it,
Okay.
and then deep fry it.
All right, that's going straight into the deep fryer. It's like a blanket, a blanket of steak.
Once we have that nice golden brown color, we're good to go.
Okay. Oh, perfect. And so that entire steak is going into one sandwich?
Yeah, that's gonna get dipped into some marinara sauce, and then we put it on some French bread, loaded with some cheese and peppers, and you're good to go.
Oh,
Take our steak, dip it in the red
the
sauce.
entire thing is submerged. That is awesome.
Goes onto the bread.
Wow. And this is
Some mozzarella,
mozzarella cheese.
shredded every day,
Okay.
and some jardiniere going on.
Okay, and what exactly are jardinières?
This is a mixture of peppers, cauliflower, carrots, olives, and it's kind of vinegared.
Okay, so they're all pickled.
Yep. Yeah, some
Oh,
pickled
wow.
veggies. And that is it. Then we wrap it up.
Okay. So the cheese just melts from the heat of the
cheese,
steak.
Yeah, the cheese
and
is gonna melt all the
okay.
way through. It's a bit of a messy sandwich, but that's all the fun of it.
I'm okay with messy.
So-
That is incredible. You can already tell how all the flavors just gonna mix and mingle and melt together. Next up, what are you making?
This one is the breaded chicken.
Oh, okay.
This one we use for the chicken Vesuvio sandwich.
Oh, okay.
So we deep fry this, and that's gonna get dipped into some garlic butter.
Yep.
Once we have that golden brown color on this as well,
Okay.
we're good to go. So for the chicken Vesuvio,
Okay.
take the breaded chicken here. You're good.
And you said that's garlic butter?
This is all, yeah, garlic butter with some
Oh
spices.
man. So that's the chicken Vesuvio sandwich. It's an Italian Chicago dish invented right here in Chicago. It includes chicken, potatoes, I think garlic, probably some oregano and some seasoning, other seasonings in there, and we ate it as one of the dishes invented in Chicago. But this is Rico Beans' own take, their own variation, their own just interpretation of chicken Vesuvio in a sub. And that breaded chicken cutlet, that's quite an amazing dip into that melted. It's not a dip. It's a submerge. It's a swim. It's a full swim in garlic butter. I guarantee you, a plate of bricks would weigh less than Rico Beans, which is, these are monstrous. And we got 2 of the king-sized chicken Vesuvio subs and 2 of the king-sized breaded steak subs, plus fries on top. Plus, they also have a special breaded steak pizza that we had to try. One king-sized breaded steak for you.
Thank you. I mean, I'm so glad this is my first meal today.
Oh man, look, this is a normal-sized plate. This is the sub, the breaded steak sub at Rico Benis.
Are they expecting one person to finish this whole thing?
It's a monstrosity. It's mega.
Oh my goodness. I don't even, what do I have here?
Wait, I'll just quickly explain to you what happened in the kitchen. So while I was back in the kitchen, we gotta tell Phil and Derek on it's literally, they have this piece of thin, and he said it was skirt steak.
Okay.
It's literally the size of a face towel. and it's completely breaded, coated in breading. He puts it completely in the oil to deep fry it. And at that point, I literally thought it was an inflatable floating mattress in the oil.
Oh my goodness.
Once that is completely golden, once it's completely crispy and golden, it's not, again, I already mentioned this in the kitchen a couple times, but it's not just like a splashing of tomato sauce. Mm-hmm. It's a full submerge, it's a dunk. It goes swimming, fully dunked into the tomato sauce or tomato gravy as it's called. He actually has to fold it in half before it fits in the bread.
Okay.
Then literally oversized handful of shredded mozzarella goes into the center, and a big giant scoop of Chicago's own Girardinaires. Girardinaires?
Close.
Giardineras.
Giardiniere
goes in the center. It's wrapped up. The cheese is never cooked. It just melts within the hot tomato sauce and breaded steak.
Oh my goodness.
And that's the legends, what's called one of the greatest sandwiches on earth. Let's unwrap it. I'm so excited. It's so hot. It's so saucy. And he said it might get a little messy. It's a little sloppy. And totally, it's already just juicing out. Oh, it is in half. It is sliced in half. Okay, it takes 3 papers. There's so much juice. Oh, are you ready for the reveal? The entire center is just filled with melted cheese and the Girardinaires and that breaded steak. Oh man, that's unbelievable. You can feel, and he himself mentioned that it's gonna get messy.
I mean, I was looking for the bread. I just kept finding more and more tomato sauce.
Look at that cheese.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that cheese. Now, are you doing the full unwrap technique, or do you have a different strategy in mind?
I did full unwrap. I wanted to see all that was in there so I can see all the secrets. Although I don't know if there's much hidden in this. Oh.
I think I'm gonna do the half unwrap and then half hold it, cradle it in the bottom.
All right.
Here we go.
I think I got it.
An absolute icon of Chicago and one of the world's greatest sandwiches.
I didn't even take a bite. Okay, good.
Oh, wow.
I have tomato paste on my wrist and forearm.
I have tomato sauce up my nose and on my lips. Oh man, there's no clean way to take a bite. That's part of the deliciousness of it. It's just gonna go up your nostrils.
I don't even know how to describe what, I feel like I gotta take a second bite just to actually enjoy and get some of those flavors in there again. Okay.
Again, It's one of those sandwiches where you actually have to close your eyes or it's dangerous. It's risky. If you eat this sandwich with your eyes open, it's risky. Oh, wow. That is unbelievable.
That is amazing.
I think this has just triumphant over, you'll never look at any kind of like marinara sub, meatball sub
That's what I
the
was
same. This
thinking.
just totally levels it up, totally blows it away.
It reminds me of like a bigger, upgraded, tastier, sloppier meatball sub with all the Chicago fixins.
Everything better. Everything
yeah.
better than a meatball sub.
Yeah. I love the fact that I don't know how they kept the bread from getting soggy. At least the outside of the bread.
Actually, remarkably, on the bottom, it's kind of clean.
How many blocks of cheeses did they put in this?
He put an overflowing, gigantic handful.
I'm
And I
guessing
think,
he didn't have baby hands.
and I think what's incredible, so you have like at least 2 or 3 layers of the breaded steak. You have the entire trough. It's like a boat full of the cheese, melted cheese. And then you've got the jardinières, which just provide, I mean, that's one of my favorite flavors of Chicago. The chilies have some heat to them. They have some crunch to them. They have some
Acidity as well.
acidity, some kind of like olive oil, I believe, as well. They're juicy, they're refreshing. They're everything you could want in a pickled chili. This is something truly magical.
Oh, apparently,
Wow. It really is unbelievably tasty and messy. Oh, it's so good.
it's just comforting. Mm-hmm. It's like I'm sitting here thinking of like cold Chicago winters growing up.
Oh,
I would have wanted nothing more than to stuff my face with this constantly.
but it's perfectly fine to eat it during the summer as well. You just might be sweating a little more.
A little bit more.
Okay.
2?
Should we move into the chicken Vesuvio?
I think. Okay, one more bite.
Go for it, Derek.
Oh goodness.
He also said to be careful because this one has a lot of dripping melted butter. I'll tell you how he made this one.
Oh gosh. Yes. This is a different one.
This one is the king size. Oh, look at that. Okay, so this one is not quite as saucy because it's wasn't submerged in the marinara, in the tomato sauce. However, how this one was made is it's chicken
Okay.
breaded, fully deep fried until crispy in the same way that the breaded steak was. But instead of dipping it, submerging it, letting it swim in the tomato gravy, he literally dunked it completely into melted garlic butter. The entire thing before it goes into your sandwich. They said be careful of dripping butter when you eat this one. Hot, melted, dripping butter. Then mayonnaise goes in, lettuce, tomato, onion.
I feel like this is like becoming a Chicago staple. Baptism with the au jus beef, baptism with the tomato sauce, baptism with garlic butter.
They like baptizing things in
That's-
Chicago.
That's what we're known for, I guess. We'll see. Yeah. I love that.
Wow. That
That is really rich.
It's, yeah. And the mayonnaise is just sort of melted because of the hot cutlet into this runny sauce that hydrates it. Oh man, it's so soft and tender.
Man.
The buttery garlickiness. I kind of want to almost say it like, tastes like a po' boy.
It reminds me.
Yeah.
It actually reminds me of a po' boy.
That is extremely tasty.
Oh my goodness.
It's so good. You cannot go wrong with either one.
Literally, the word that comes to mind is comforting. It's just
Just
warm, comforting food. Like I literally feel like the sandwich is hugging me. Like,
And I think that's true not only about the food, but this entire place, Circle Beans. I think it's a place that is truly Italian American, but Chicago. Immediate. I mean, it's under the highway. It's a place like that people have been coming for generations. The loyalty here, the family atmosphere, the history. It's just a place that you want to go to experience the authentic culture of Chicago, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I think like when we first pulled up and we got kids running out with their sandwich, with just smiling, grinning ear to ear of excitement. Maybe trying to dodge a little bit of the rain as well, but yeah, just excited to get their sandwich and get back to the car so they could start eating.
And now we know why they were so excited.
Oh my goodness.
This will make every generation excited.
And it makes sense that they didn't eat it before, because I don't think I could run after eating this.
No. Moving back into the breaded steak. Look at that paper. It's almost never ending. Like it just keeps on giving. Oh man. And I think what truly makes it for me, I mean the entire sum of all the ingredients, but those pickled peppers just add so much to it. Man, what a sandwich. It's truly a gem of Chicago.
I got the chicken one wrapped back up.
Oh man, that will make you take some deep breaths, some gasps, some food gasps. Okay, if things could not get more cheesy and more breaded steaky, did you know that Rico Beans is actually very famous for their pizza? Introducing, did you just give me the biggest piece, Derek?
No, that's the smallest, I think. It was the closest one.
So would this be, this isn't deep dish, it's kind of like halfway in between thin crust and deep dish?
Yeah, kind of like
Kinda
a
like halfway,
pan.
right?
Yeah.
Pan pizza, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And they are sold by the slices here. So a lot of people come in for a slice of pizza. That is a lot of cheese. And this is the breaded steak pizza. So breaded steak all on the bottom, a load of cheese on top. That is classic. I mean, almost like the texture of sausage, except breaded steak. That same delicious tomato gravy and all of that cheese. Breaded steak in a different form. Rico Beans is incredible. That was truly magnificent, gigantic, iconic, one of the most fulfilling sandwiches that you'll ever have. When you're in Chicago, you have to get yourself a breaded steak. So we're already off to an incredible start to this sandwich tour in Chicago. Can you hear somebody singing some opera in the background? But anyway, we are in the shadows of downtown, and next up, dating back to 1942, we are going to the original, the classic Jewish deli. The sandwiches that they serve look unbelievable. Huge, big family tables. You can come here with your entire family, relatives, friends, big groups, and they serve massive portions. But again, it dates back to 1942. It's family run. It has this, even though it's huge, it has this warm friendliness to it. And it is all, it is called a cafeteria because it's all served cafeteria style. You walk through the line, you make your order, and then you can find a seat wherever you find an empty table.
I'm Dan Raskin. I'm fourth generation owner here at Manny's. We've been really fortunate enough to be here in Chicago since 1942, and we just really are well known for our giant corned beef and pastrami sandwiches, but most of all, we just feed everybody. Like when you look in our dining room, there's all walks of life here. We got people from all sides of the city and all over the world, so we're just really happy to have everyone here and hope you enjoy the food.
So you walk in the front door, you immediately grab a tray because it's all cafeteria style self-service. You can grab spoons, forks. What would we be needing? Maybe forks and knives? Maybe nothing at all. And then you go down the cafeteria line. They're famous for their deli sandwiches, their Reuben, their pastrami, their corned beef, but they actually have a huge selection of different dishes, and I think daily specials as well. So there's beef stew, there's chicken pot pie, spaghetti and meatballs, liver and onions, macaroni and cheese, turkey drumsticks, even beef short ribs, so like the full meal. There's matzo ball soup, all of the classic Jewish dishes as well. And then if you keep on moving down is where we'll get to the deli section. I think we'll go for 2 of the Reubens. What would you recommend for the corned beef? Yeah, for the meat.
You get both.
Combo? Oh, yes, please. Both, please. The Reuben is one of their signature sandwiches, and it all begins with rye bread, which is toasted with Swiss cheese and sauerkraut, toasted until it's caramelized brown, until the cheese starts to melt. And we're gonna watch as they add in the meat. Thank you, thank you. Oh man, that is giganormous. Oh, wow. Ying and Pam are getting some fresh fruit here. Nice. Yep. Oh, there's watermelon, strawberries. So you just walk through the line. It's really convenient. I mean, it's self-serve, or you just order and they prepare it right in front of you. Then you take it to the front to pay. Thank you very much. Here we go. Got it. The Reuben. Oh man, they are huge. It's a mountain of meat on your Reuben.
Oh my goodness.
2 Reubens coming up.
That is not 2 Reubens. It's 20 Reubens.
It's a Reuben mountain. Oh, I love it already. What a sandwich. It is gigantic.
I'm really hoping the plate weighs that much and not the sandwich.
You can get the Reuben, you can choose either corned beef or pastrami. But our waiter, he immediately recommended a combination of both, so that's what we went for. And then they ask you if you want a potato cake when you order your sandwich. And that's something that's kind of new to me. I don't think I've had a potato cake of this style before. And because I had no idea what I was doing, I said yes.
The answer's always yes.
The answer is yes. Here we go.
I don't even know where to start.
Overflowing. A massive, look at the amount of overflow. Meat overflow.
Oh my goodness, I'm losing my meat.
Okay,
here we go.
Let's go. Oh wow. It's so thick. It's so much meat, but it's cut paper thin. Oh wow.
I love that pepper.
The crust on either the pastrami or the corned beef.
On the corned beef. That pepper on the corned beef is wonderful.
It's so much flavor. That brininess. That pepper, that spice, that
Saltiness as well.
you get a flavor of the rye, caraway seed maybe.
Yeah.
What immediately stands out to me is how thinly shaved that meat is. But then maybe 50 layers of it.
50 is being
maybe more.
Yeah,
That's being a little.
50's
That's,
being a little bit light.
that's an underestimate.
And then yeah, it has that sauerkraut for some nice little sour punch in there, a little bit of acidity as well. And then Swiss cheese.
I think it's Swiss. Yep, melted Swiss. They have it actually like such a system down that when you order, it's just like the bread is ready to go.
I noticed they also have some horseradish mustard, specialized here at Manny's.
Manny's own horseradish mustard.
Since 1942.
An absolute must. Take this off, set aside for now,
You can see the meat just glistening in there.
load it up. It's really, really good.
What's crazy is even without the mustard, like the sandwich isn't dry. Like
No.
the meat is still plenty juicy. Like, oh, yeah.
And you know that's one of the best parts is at the bottom of your plate when you get all that meat drippage. Oh yeah. Immediately, that sweet horseradish mustardy flavor, that complements it exceptionally.
That horseradish literally goes straight through the nose. But it is so wonderful.
And I love that sauerkraut as well, that vinegary acidity as well. Additionally, 2 pickle spears. Oh, those pickles are amazing. So crispy, juicy, the right amount of saltiness. Complements your sandwich perfectly. What an absolute just face planter Chicago classic here.
It literally stuff your face open wide and just take it all in. Like, it is wonderful.
I think just close your eyes, move your face towards the sandwich with your mouth open, and then see what happens. Okay. We've got the potato cake. Wow. Have you
sure
felt
what
how
the-
heavy this potato cake is?
No, I did not.
It feels like it's about the weight of a brick,
Oh, that is dense.
but it's spongy at the same time.
Yeah.
The massive, I mean, it's the size of a giant burger and equally heavy.
Just as heavy.
It's kind of a cross between hash browns and mashed potatoes made into a patty, but it has this unique sponginess to it,
Yeah.
which almost feels like egg.
I don't know what that is. It
Held together with egg, possibly,
it could be.
then deep fried.
Yeah. It's definitely hearty.
Definitely hearty. Partway through eating our first half of sandwich, Dan, who is part of it's still family run, who is part of the founding family of Manny's, he said, did you guys get the Thousand Island dressing to dip it in? Which we totally missed. Totally would have gone uneaten.
Yeah.
So he came back with some of it for us to dip. He said, dip it in.
Doesn't even
Oh,
fit.
yes.
There we go.
Oh, nice
I
scoop
lost
there.
some meat.
In the milk food, and like you can see it's like really close to the top, really close to the very close to the side.
Yep.
On this
He was right. It's so cool and refreshing
I'll take that any day of the week.
and creamy with that combination of, well, when it comes to Thousand Island, usually it's like a mixture of mayonnaise and ketchup, right? Or,
Either ketchup or French dressing sometimes.
okay. So it really gives that kind of sweetness, but sourness and creaminess.
Yeah. And you get that fatty creaminess from the mayo.
And I like how it's cold, so that gives you like this refreshing complexity to it at the same time. I feel like I've taken a bath in pastrami.
There we go. I'm just gonna pour a little bit on
Oh, wow.
for this next bite.
That Thousand Island is
Man,
incredible.
that was wonderful. I gotta take a break and stretch. Gotta make space for another 5 pounds.
All of that drippage, meat drippage. Mustard. Oh, man.
That was a good bite. Yep.
I almost hyperextended my jaw. Oh, man. That was an absolute top-notch experience. We ended up meeting with the owner, and they, explained to us some of the history, and then they're just so welcoming, so friendly. They manage it so well. Just control the quality, the atmosphere, and that's, I think, part of it is just the warm friendliness, even though it's a huge place. And, you're guaranteed the best quality. Highly, highly recommended. Manny's Cafeteria and Delicatessen in Chicago. Next up, we are going to JP Graziano. It's an Italian grocer, and they specialize in some of the greatest sandwiches in the city, some of the deli sandwiches. And they date back to 1937. So it's a really cool place. This area of town has really modernized, but you can feel the heritage and the history in here. And I'm sure, they've renovated, but they've kept some of the original signs, the meats, the groceries, the sandwichery right here at the front. I ordered what is their house specialty, the Mr. G, and that includes sharp provolone, hot soppressata, prosciutto di Parma, volpe Genoa, salami, truffle, mustard, balsamic vinaigrette, hot oil, fresh basil, marinated Roman-style artichoke, lettuce, red wine vinegar, and oregano. Oh, that's a lot of ingredients, but this is another monster of a sandwich. It's big, it's refreshing. This is a really cool place. Here we go. Ooh, that is remarkably light
You say that.
and feels
I don't believe you.
refreshing. I
I
mean,
don't-
in comparison to the other,
That does feel light.
in comparison to the other gigantic sandwiches we've had so far.
That is very light.
This is definitely probably the least calorie rich of all the sandwiches we've had in Chicago.
One of the most aromatic sandwiches, I will say that.
Oh, it smells so good.
Yeah.
The aroma, I think what especially smells good are all those pickling peppers that
Yeah,
they
yeah.
do in-house.
Yes.
Oh man, I just cannot, this is one word I want to get down in Chicago. Giardinera?
There you go. Giardiniera. Yep.
Yes.
There you go. You got it.
Giardiniera,
You got it.
Giardiniera. Okay. So JP Graziano, we got their specialty, house specialty, the Mr. G. Vinaigrette in there.
Yeah.
There was a dozen different ingredients in this sub.
Ooh.
Ready? Oh yes. Oh, that looks good. The provolone,
Incredibly fresh.
yes.
Oregano in there, some lettuce, definitely olive oil. You could just smell it coming off of it. You said provolone's the cheese, right?
Provolone, yep.
Okay, and then we got bruschetta. Oh.
If I remember, it's like some kind of like Parma ham and prosciutto.
Prosciutto, not bruschetta. Yeah. Goodness. And then, there we go. Some mustard, a little bit more olive oil on that bottom layer as well.
That is refreshing. Oh, the basil. The fresh basil that they added in there. Oh,
I definitely didn't catch that the first time. That is remarkably light. Remarkably light and fresh. Like, much different than, we'll just say some of the other heavy hitters.
some of the monstrosities of sandwiches that we've eaten in Chicago. But I think you can tell right off the bat that they really care about the ingredients that they use.
Yeah.
I mean, if they didn't make it themselves, they imported it from some of the greatest suppliers around the world, Italy.
Probably from some grandmother making it. That's what I'm guessing.
They obviously care about the ingredients.
Very much so.
You can taste the quality of it. It's definitely not over the top, and yet it's a really nice balance of flavor. The richness of the prosciutto and the other meats with the provolone. Quite a slick, thick slice of provolone.
It really is.
The refreshing basil and artichokes.
I mean, it really is. It like just makes me think you have good, simple, quality ingredients, put them all together, and it just makes for a delicious, appealing and appetizing sandwich. Like, It doesn't get better. Yeah, good quality ingredients you can't beat anywhere.
Really good. This is more of an everyday sandwich kind of feel to it. Not overly heavy, refreshing. Tasty, very tasty.
This is one of those ones that you could tell as soon as you open the door, literally smells like olive oil, oregano, basil. And you're just like, oh, this is going to be quality ingredients.
And what I was noticing is a lot of this area of town, maybe it's continued to renovate, modernize. And I mean, this has been here the same. And they have modernized from the outside, but you go inside and it immediately has that kind of old school charm to it.
Yeah.
Since 1937.
Yeah, 100%. And same location, right?
I think so. I believe so. So it goes without saying, Chicago has some giganormous and extremely messy and extremely tasty sandwiches that you've got to try when you come to Chicago. A huge thank you to all of the people that the hospitality, the friendliness. I'll have every place that we went in the description box below that you can check out. And a big thank you to my brother-in-law, Derek, for joining me on this tour in Chicago. And then finally, a huge thank you to you for watching this video, but also we're eating our way around Chicago. I mean, from deep dish pizza to the most iconic iconic to the most, to street foods, to foods that were invented in Chicago. So there's a lot more videos that you're gonna wanna check out. Be sure to watch the videos, all the Chicago food in this entire series. And I wanna say a big thank you for watching this video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe now for lots more food and travel videos. Bye-bye from Chicago. See you on the next video.